So Netflix won the auction and has entered exclusive negotiations with Warner Brothers. The streaming giant is offering $82.7 billion, $11.5 billion more than what Disney paid for Fox. And that price makes sense. Netflix wouldn't just be buying a company, it would be acquiring Harry Potter, The Lord of the Rings, the DC Universe, dozens of iconic franchises, a massive film and TV library, and the full production power of a major Hollywood studio. So how did Netflix become such a monopoly? Netflix was founded in 1997 as a subscription-based DVD distribution service. The structure was transactional but frictionless. No late fees, no physical presence, no interpersonal exchange. The system scaled by reducing effort. Over time, it normalized a relationship with entertainment that required minimal commitment and no patience. In 2007, streaming was introduced. Initially narrow in scope, it rapidly became the core delivery mechanism. Distribution shifted fully into software. Entertainment consumption moved into a closed digital environment. Every interaction was recorded. Viewing behavior became a measurable resource. As data accumulated, Netflix gained leverage over visibility. Placement, artwork, metadata, and timing determined outcomes. The interface replaced external marketing. Titles existed or disappeared based on internal signals. Creators rarely saw performance data. Decisions arrived without explanation. Early criticism focused on transparency. Netflix refused to publish ratings. Success metrics remained internal. Cancellations arrived abruptly. Shows ended without resolution. Filmmakers described a system where outcomes were final and unappealable. Original production expanded rapidly after 2013. Full seasons ordered up front. Short development cycles, high output volume. The catalogue grew faster than cultural digestion. Titles appeared weekly, most vanished silently. As volume increased, quality control became inconsistent. Writers described reduced rehearsal time, directors described limited editorial freedom. Projects were shaped to fit platform analytics. Engagement curves replaced long-term cultural impact as the primary signal. Backlash intensified around casting and adaptation choices. Netflix became associated with aggressive reinterpretations of existing IP. Established characters were recast. Historical settings were altered. Mythology, folklore, and legacy franchises were reshaped to fit contemporary ideological frameworks. Online backlash followed repeatedly. Accusations of performative inclusion, corporate signaling, and surface-level diversity dominated discourse. Netflix rarely responded directly. Content decisions continued. Algorithms absorbed engagement regardless of sentiment. Controversy functioned as visibility. The reputation followed. Password sharing enforcement altered consumer trust. Ad-supported tiers redefined the platform's original positioning. Creators raised labor concerns. Residuals lagged behind cultural impact. Global hits produced limited downstream compensation. Negotiations intensified. Netflix became a central figure in industry-wide strikes. Trust between platform and labor eroded further. At the same time, theatrical cinema weakened. Mid-budget films disappeared, risk concentration increased. Studios prioritized franchises over experimentation. Streaming platforms absorbed attention without sustaining theatrical ecosystems. The middle of the industry hollowed out, audience behaviour shifted permanently, attention spans shortened, completion rates declined. Films competed with infinite alternatives inside a single interface. Narrative patience diminished. Studios adapted content length, pacing and structure accordingly. The future outlook darkened. Netflix's role in this environment became symbolic. A platform large enough to define norms, large enough to absorb backlash, large enough to continue regardless. This context framed the Warner Brothers rumours. Warner Brothers represents legacy, permanence, and cultural continuity. Film history, long-form storytelling, characters designed to persist beyond release cycles. Absorbing that archive would integrate cultural memory into a data-driven pipeline. The implications extend beyond ownership. Algorithmic resurfacing of legacy IP, reinterpretation at scale, franchise recalibration based on engagement metrics. History becomes editable. Industry concern reflects this shift. Centralized control over access, production, and legacy content compresses diversity of expression, not ideologically, structurally. It makes sense that people are worried about their favourite franchises, especially if Netflix will take over all the creative control over them. Correct me if I'm wrong, but people associate Netflix with fast food. We all love fast food, but to the certain extent, people don't want to eat only at McDonald's, they want real food as well. Cinema is already at the risk because of AI takeover, and now we have Netflix monopoly. Cinema, once shaped by risk, patience and long-term resonance, moves closer to a system driven by optimization and throughput. Stories circulate faster, meaning decays quicker. The Netflix model scales efficiently. Whether cinema survives intact within it remains uncertain. The rumour persists because it represents an endpoint, not collapse. Absorption. Let me know in the comments what is your forecast on this situation, if this deal will ever happen. What should we expect from the industry?